as well. So am I live in two different spots? So on the laptop, unfortunately, uh, kind of messed up. It still says, wait, warning, your connection is unstable. Please wait while we try reconnecting. Really annoying. Really, really annoying. I'll show you. I'll show you right now. Which we're going to start like a time loop here. It says right here, warning, your connection sucks. Can you see that I'm going live into going live into going live over and over again? Kind of funny. So I suppose I'm going to start over because this live stream here and that live stream there show like it's going randomly. Like, how can I be live at the same time? Has anyone ever done this before? I'm gonna leave this one open. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna leave that live stream open, and I'm gonna switch to this one, and I'm gonna talk to both. What would be really cool is if you can go live on one channel, and then do the go live with me, and then go live with yourself. That would be funny. Um, I don't know. 0 people there. 0 people there. See what happens. Um, tell you what I am gonna do. And if you want to see how this live started, you can. If you go to my channel, click on the lives tab, and go watch that one. Um, it's at least 45 minutes long. I don't know why my connection went bad. My connection is great on the phone, and it appears to me that it has a better camera, and hopefully you can hear me and see me. And what are all these buttons? See, all this is all new for me. Oh, automatic short uploading. That's fun. Lighting, green screen, no, retouch, hide live video, mute, flip. So the flip just flips it to the rear camera. That's pretty. Oh wow. So check this out. Here's my camera rig. Basically, um, working off of a Panasonic camcorder. Believe it's a 987 kind of deal right there. With a little flip out. The reason this works in the shop, I also have Rode boom mic on there. The reason this works in the shop up close is because it's got this wide angle lens for getting close up shots, and that seems to work really well. Um, there's a Bilstein flag that my brother Charles sent me because he noticed that I had Bilstein shocks on the Jeep Comanche, and so he sent me those as a gift because he thought of me. Um, my brother Charles lives in Chicago. He's actually in the hospital right now, and I can't get to him because he lives all the way in Chicago, and I'm out of money for my trip. So if you're praying sort of folk, pray for my brother Charles because he had a stroke and he's coming out of it, and he's talking to people and eating ice and on all kinds of medication, or probably got him hooked up to all the little wire stickers and stuff. So I have a hole in my shirt. I need to stop welding in my nice clothes. All right, I got 8 of you here, and nobody's on this one. So I don't know if you can have 2 live streams at once. But if you just got here and you're wondering what's going on, I was live streaming on the laptop. It had an epic failure. It says bad connection, even though I have an amazing router that I just installed on the wall over here. Right there above the air conditioner. There's my light bar. There's the outlets. Just trying to set my shop up. I need to get the place painted and reorganize the stuff. Also, here's my next project. You can't see it because it's a surprise. I want everybody to go to my community page and guess what vehicle that is. Guess what my next project is going to be. If you've been following me for a while, you already know what it's going to be. It's going to be exciting. That's what it's going to be. Um, this is a Dyna 60, and I don't expect everybody to stay here, and it'd be kind of weirded out if you did. But this is my experiment with my new Wi-Fi and uh, my new attitude, and my sparkling personality, yada yada, to see how long I can actually do a live for. And I'm just gonna go until I've got my phone plugged in. I'm gonna go until my phone overheats, or I fall asleep, or YouTube kicks me off of this thing, or if YouTube decides that it wants to not like my Wi-Fi anymore. But I'm super excited because I have Wi-Fi in the shop. I can't wait to put a TV up somewhere and watch Netflix so I can know how to do stuff, so I can show you guys how to do stuff. Um, does anybody want to jump out and check to see if my other line is still running, or if that's just my computer glitching out? It's been running for 48 minutes. Wire Geek was in there for a minute. I don't know. Can I even see the trailing arm? Is well, I mean, yeah, it's like a backwards trailing arm, but it's like a leading arm. It's bent. Check this out. So this got in a wreck. I was showing this on the laptop earlier. This got in a wreck, and it bent this, and I believe that these uh, leading arms, whatever, the links on this are meant to bend in that spot because they have like a little, it gets skinnier right there, and I think that crumple zones and stuff and regulations for safety for uh, all the newer vehicles and stuff. This came off of 2006, so it's gonna have all crumple zones. They're designed to fail if you nudge something or go over a curb. Um, do I like hunting? No, I like animals. So hunting actually. I think I would like hunting because if you think of hunting like hunting as the act of creeping up on an animal and getting really close to it and like being in nature, camping out there, sitting in a stand and stuff, that would be really fun for me. I think, in my opinion, that's the hunting part. Um, Shoot and kill the deer, rabbit, whatever. I mean, the hunt's over at that point. So as far as like hunting, yeah, I'll go hunting. That'd be kind of fun. I'd go hunting with people and see how sneaky I could be. Um, but no, I pretty much only eat McDonald's and chicken nuggets and pizza, frozen pizza, so I don't need to go hunting anyway. um, so, anybody ever build a '05 plus Data 60? Because I'm going to be doing that next year, and it's a little intimidating because I honestly don't know what I'm doing. Watched a lot of videos, done a lot of research. I know that these have a ton of aftermarket support. I know I want to go full hydro truss, gear it, probably a spool, some big tires, I guess. I don't know. Maybe flange lockouts. I did those on the Amigo, and venison jerky. I have had venison jerky. You make a valid point, sir, or madam. Um, but the lockouts that I used basically replace your locking hubs, and they worked really well for the Isuzu Amigo. And it doesn't have hydro assist, and it's got big 35-inch tires, big 35-inch tires. Um, the only problem with that is if you're going to drive it on the road and you have uh, hub lockouts, permanent four-wheel drive hub lockouts, flanges, drive flanges, yeah, drive flanges. If you have those installed and you're not in four-wheel drive, your front drive shaft is going to spin. Um, Not really a big deal. It is lubricated and it's clean inside your transfer case. Max Morenta, I don't know who you are, but I appreciate your subscription. My favorite vehicle is my first build, the Jeep Comanche, 1988 Jeep Comanche. I did the LS. I did the F100 slash Bronco axles. Built them all crazy, like got RCVs and 35 spline shafts in the back. Four link in the back. I spent 2.5 years building that thing, and I'd probably spend 2.5 more. Thank you. So, anyways, this is a test. I wanted to show you that I have a surprise vehicle coming up for my January Season 3 unveiling. Knowing that we did the Jeep Comanche, the LS Jeep Comanche Trail Crawler Season 1. We did a really fast season this year with Party Shop Shenanigans and Project XJ, where we built the Amigo for the Bleep and Jeep Beast Wars Challenge, which was really fun. We just got back from that. This year, as I should say next year, because it's not even Christmas, not even Thanksgiving yet, I'm going to build this. And it's going to be a surprise. I'd like everybody to kind of hit me up and guess what they think this is going to be. And if you guess right, I'll probably buy a bunch of stamps and send everybody stickers or something. It would be kind of fun. But in this specific live right now that I've covered that and we've talked about the Beast Wars in my last live, which was like 20 minutes ago, which is dead. I'm just gonna shut this off. And thank you. I was live on the laptop and it sucked. We're switching over. So if you want to watch like the pre-live to this live, you can watch that later if you want, or you can leave and watch it now. I don't care. But I am going to see how long you can actually go live, and so I don't expect everyone to stay. Pop in later if you'd like to join me some more. I did like the games; they were very fun. I had a blast, and there's a lot of things that is kind of like a surprise because Matt's gonna post his videos later, but we'll have to wait until he does that, and then everybody else can post their videos. It's gonna be a waterfall, a hurricane of YouTube videos all about this thing, and it's gonna be tons of content out because it was a YouTuber's challenge, and like there was like at least 12 to 15 YouTubers all shooting cameras and getting all the angles as possible. And so all these different videos are going to have different perspectives. You're welcome to stay if you want. I'm going to walk outside and grab a couple of tools so that I can, that I brought back from Tennessee with me. We can start taking this thing apart, and then I might do a little welding because I want to weld a couple of my jack stands to my rollies like that back there. So that way I can permanently temporary put this on a stand so that I can roll it around and get it out of here and make room for other stuff that I've got going on this year. But thank you for joining me. You're welcome to stay. You're welcome to leave. You're welcome to come back later. That's on you. But hey, yeah, thank you. All right, let's get this thing rolling. Let's get some power tools. It's so nice out. It's like 74 degrees, which for being outside is pretty nice. All right, I've got an impact, half-inch impact, I've got 3/8 impact. Somewhere I've got a whole socket set. But I should be able to put all my sockets in here. So much stuff. So much stuff attached to everything. Get cracking on this. So this is the first time ever actually doing any real work on a live stream. So I'm interested to know how it's going to go, because if it's successful, I can see me doing this kind of stuff all the time, where like instead of having to wait for me to finish a project and make like a whole long form video, uh, I could offer like a subscription or something where people could see this live, because people want to know, where are you at with this thing? Well, I'm right here. I need. The problem is I took all my tools to Tennessee now. A lot of this stuff is gonna be garbage, so get rid of like a lot of this. Let's say this is my tool. Be right back. So, got sockets and a tool roll, and I suspect that all my stuff is in here because I just kind of grabbed a bunch of stuff when we left for Tennessee. I need to build like, yeah, see, I was looking for that. I need to build like a toolkit that's separate from my main toolbox so that I can throw the toolkit in the crawler that I'm going to wheel with. And that way I don't have to like unpack and repack my main shop toolbox. Wouldn't that be a good idea? Thomas? Thomas? Just trying to take some brake parts apart here. And these brake lines. Get off. I'm probably doing a really bad job of being aware of like comments and stuff. What's the hobby? Building off-road vehicles? Same problem. Boats instead of rock crawlers. Yep. Mr. Big Socks, we don't talk like that. This is a family show. The hobby is basically, so a lot of people build off-road trucks. I like to build off-road trucks, but I want to make them as weird or as dumb or as different as possible, because I I so I almost like when people like look at something you built. It's like, why did you do it that way? And or even better, if someone says like that's never going to work, and then it ends up working, and that's a really good feeling. But also, when you build something that's the wrong way, it's not supposed to be built that way, or like build a rock crawler like a mud truck or something like that, something dumb, that's non-conventional. You're a little more proud of it because like you could everybody's building their Jeeps and their off-road and their rock crawlers and stuff the same way, and you're the one who did it different and made it work, which is pretty neat. The 10 micrometer, yes it is. Where did that go? Okay, let's take brackets off this thing. I'm talking a little bit more during this little end of this project. I wasn't going to do this until after New Year's because technically this is season 3 stuff. But I needed something to do. I needed something to do for this live experiment the whole see how long you can go live, type of stuff. And unless my phone overheats is something I think that you should be able to go live forever if you wanted. You could use YouTube Live if you had a phone line as your security system. That's the way it should be anyway. As long as I don't say anything super embarrassing that I have to edit out later, then, not that I get embarrassed very much. Okay, well, see, there's bolt to hold these spring perches on. And since I'll probably go with some coilover setup or something, probably get rid of that. Also need to get rid of these arms off of there. Hopefully they're not super stuck. Nice thing about living in a dry climate in the desert is that you don't deal with a whole lot of rust. I noticed that when we went up to Tennessee, all the vehicles that you see up there are super rusted out, and that's unfortunate because there's a lot of stuff that would be fun to bring back. This socket is 18 millimeter, 18 metric meter. Okay. See if the old 3/8 will take that off. Also, I'll read the comments here in a minute, but let me know if YouTube Live actually compensates for like decibels, because there's a lot of audio stuff that I do in post, so that I'm not killing you guys' ears, and so I'm hoping that Live does it automatically, so I'm not like bugging people too much. Well, that worked. Still got stuff connected to it. That looks like an 8 mil. We're gonna use every metric size. It will take you till Christmas to strip that housing. Royal pain in the arse. Yeah, I'll take my time. I don't want to cut into the tube and stuff. Always got one finger on the volume knob. Well, I'm hoping I'm not going to kill everyone's ears, because I'm going to be using power tools a lot tonight. My clock is out of battery. I don't know what time it is. We have an 8? That's an 8. I'm a mechanic. I know the sizes. Yeah, so is the impact super loud? Are you comfy? I want you to be comfortable. Also, my air conditioning broke in the shop. That's the thing I need to fix next after Wi-Fi. Because I don't like being like all big and sweaty in the shop. Also, I'm not sure if you could share a link to a live while you're in the live. I could try that too. Maybe I could share this with some of my friends. They could stop in and say hello. It would be nice if to go live with someone else around that could read you the comments, or have like a program that would read you comments. That is the spring mount that mounts to the axle. It is quite heavy. I would like, somebody did it already. Maybe it was Muddy Beards. I can't remember. But took all the junk off the axle and weighed it. And then they weighed the ring gear and the housing separately. All right. Eric Bernard. Eric Bernard, you're not the gentleman that was trying to sell your XJ to YouTubers, are you? Um, Share button seems to be present and works as expected. Ooh, okay. Excellent. Spent the day cleaning the garage and loading all the scrap junk. Way to go, Robert. Um, hey, Robert, have you heard from Dan? I guess he sent. I guess Dan sent Macy and the whole gang home in their second vehicle, and he's having. I don't know what he found out with his pickup. Let me see. If I. How much access do I have to this live stream from the laptop? That's what I'd like to know. Content? Go to lives. I can view the live stream that's going right now. Um, can I get into like comments and stuff without watching it? I don't want to watch it. I want to have like if I could have a command center for the live that's going on here, that'd be great. Analytics, no. Details, no. I don't think you can do that. Unfortunately, all I can do is watch it. Let's go. Let's see if I can. Ah, I see where you can share it now. I would have to share it from my phone. Let's see. It's on my screen, but you'd get my password or something. How long can I go live? Let's mute this. Probably gonna have some. Can you hear me talking to me? Let's go mute the audio. There we go. Now if I, there we go. Now I can see all the comments. I can actually reply to everybody. So here we go. Let's go up a little bit. So, yep, low on tools, but that's okay. I just need to order a couple extra sets of things so I can take them on trips, like we went on. Um, Spent the day cleaning up tracks. Dan is stuck in Provo, last I heard, fuel issues. Yeah, I'm wondering. So I read online. I was reading up a little bit on that, and I'm wondering if uh, that could possibly be throttle sensor as well, because there's maybe a sensor in the throttle pedal. But apparently he's got it in the shop now, and they're gonna try some things with the ECU. Kind of a bummer, man. Dan and Macy and Dan's family have had the longest trip, and they had to come all the way from Washington, so they made like a week travel up and a week travel down. Went to pick up material, rebuild the four-link plate. Nice piece. I saw that. I saw that. I do like getting new metal. It's one of my favorite things to do because you get the new metal and you put it on the trailer. That metal can turn into anything at all. So you could tell the difference between the 05 plus brake and the 99 to 04 Dana 60 Super Duty axles because the inner C has this little platform on the newer ones that the spring mount, the lower spring mount bolts to. And so if your axle, if you're going to buy one or you see one on marketplace that you want to see if it has 05 plus or if it's an older model. If it doesn't have this shape or some spring cups that are mounted right here, then it's not a 05 plus. So don't let anybody tell you any different, unless of course I'm wrong. So this brake Everything can stay. This here is a speed sensor, which that can stay for right now. I think I need to pull. I'm going to leave the tie rod, so just till I get the tires off, or I might leave it on there a little bit, but I can take all this steering junk off of here. If I figure out, this looks like this steering link here attaches, goes through the arm and attaches to the tie rod. So I might have to leave that off unless I can take it off at the adjuster point. I think next I need to take these arms off. That looks like a 15/16. See if I'm right. Anybody want to take some bets? 15/16. Do I have that in this side? No. Goes up to 3/4. 15/16. Here's a big one. Hey, look at that. It's almost like I knew what I'm doing. I'm a mechanic for a living, in case you didn't know. Oh, yeah. 50/50 U-joint shaft tube is also larger. Robert, you're putting down some knowledge on these axles, and I'm gonna have to read it later because I'm like on the move. I'm Oscar Mike with this stuff right now, but I will definitely read all the comments that I missed later. That's a big bolt. I'm gonna save those in my bolt bin. Somebody tell me if that's too loud for a live stream. I would like to know. Oh, what am I doing? I can see it right here. You got both axles. Well, why'd you put an older Urbana 60 on your XJ project? Goofball? Just kidding. Just kidding, Robert. Yeah, I may need a shorter socket. I have a shorter socket. Dang it. I could use a chrome. Anybody be mad if I use a chrome socket on a new pad? Doesn't really fit in there either. And it's loud. Wow. Okay. Fine, we'll go by hand. I really hope I can get these off there because I don't want to do any cutting today. How do I want to do this? I can't get a wrench in there. I don't know if it's because it got a wreck or if it's just that close. Alright. I need an electric ratchet. Maybe that's what I should buy. Or as Hercules sells a 20-volt electric ratchet. That's get one. I pretty much only buy tools from Harbor Freight if it's on sale anymore because normally I'll buy something I really needed and it goes on sale like the next week. I feel like I missed out. So now Now I wait until, now I have a list of things that I want to buy from Harbor Freight. And I'll wait until the sale. And I'll go get it. Okay, that one is as good as off. Lose it all. Probably a big pry bar. I'm gonna have to cut this thing off. Put that on there. Should have taken these off a long time ago, because you know, I could do is just flip this over. That makes too much sense. Why would we do things the easy way? I need somebody to stand in the shop with me and read all the questions I'm missing out on right now. I really enjoy watching other people's builds. Those people that like they edit in only the things they do right. You can still see the right way to do things, but every once in a while you'll see a YouTuber that posts all the mistakes that they made along the way, which is useful, incredibly useful, because then you can see all the things you're not supposed to do. Nut is off. That's a big bolt. That's a big bolt for a big truck. And big pry bar time. So, is anyone enjoying this? I wonder. I will probably heist through the axle. I am hoping to do full hydro, Robert. That'd make me very happy if I could get that set up for cheap. You can buy a full hydro kit for less than $2,000. And if I can afford it, I'll save on money. I'll have to bring it in the piggy bank. Sell some plasma or something. But that's kind of why I'm gonna take a while building this, so that I can actually afford it. It's nice because when I built the Jeep Comanche, and it took me 2.5 years, which I did that because I didn't want to go in debt. And so I had enough time to build on it as I had money to buy parts. And it took me about 2.5 years, which, you know, sucks because then you don't get to drive the thing you're making. But, you know, if you can cash flow a build, you know, I'm poor. I'm poor. I don't have that kind of crazy money. I'm going to try to just thread this out because it does not want to come out. It seems to be working. Put an air ratchet on the wrist. Seems too bad. By the way, if anybody wants to buy this shirt, it's available. You can click on it right from my YouTube channel. It's got the Jeep Comanche on there. This is my dream truck. It's the LS swap half-ton axle Jeep Comanche. If you do that, fourth wall will make like, you know, $20. I think YouTube makes some money or something like that. And I'll make like a nickel, but every nickel counts. And then other people will get to see the Black and Blue Garage shirt. Now, I assume that's going to be really stuck on there. How am I going to get that off? Downward pressure. Downward pressure. We're going to put this on the stool. Oh. This was laying down with the button on. It's tripping me out. Okay. Well, that works. Huh. Okay. Big metal stick. So you want to play games, do you? The end of this broke off. I found out that this pry bar goes all the way up to here, so I can hit this without breaking the handle, because the handle's already broke. So, in case the audio isn't compensating for the live, please cover your ears, ladies and gentlemen, so I can. There we go. One side done. Very bendy control arm. I could see why it's bent too, because I would expect this to weigh a whole lot more than that. But it doesn't. Might be fun for me to go through and edit all this together later. I don't know if that's an option. If you're live streaming straight to YouTube, can you edit it later? Can you take out all the blank spots where people are waiting for you to come back? I wonder. Surplus center for all your cheap hydro needs. I'm going to remember that. I need a hand metering unit, also known as the, what do we call that in the automotive world? The steering deal, HMU. I need that. I guess I could run off a steering pump for the engine I'm planning. A cylinder, and then all the stuff to link the cylinder to it. And some orbital valve. Thank you. Yes. Hi, Mr. Davis. Nice to see ya. We are taking apart where I'm seeing how long the live can actually last for with my battery plugged in and great Wi-Fi. But I decided to take that time to take some stuff off of this behemoth of an axle. Yeah, that's that kit, $1,800. You think like an orbital valve is like, I don't know, $400, $350, and then a good cylinder is $400 or $500, $600 for a dual action ram or whatever. And then all the links and stuff they throw in, plus some hydraulic lines to link it all up. I don't know if $800 is a good deal. I'll definitely be looking up that site that you quoted just now, and we'll see if I can get me a little bit better of a deal than what I saw earlier. But full hydro is definitely in the works. Now, let me know what you guys think about this, because I have a theory. Like, so we talked about axles, talked about rear axle options on the earlier stream that didn't work out, and rear axle options and what I should actually be using for that. So you want to be front weight bias. If you use a small engine in the front, and you need more weight bias in the front, and also want to keep down on total vehicle weight, wouldn't it be better to put a lighter axle in the rear? Because especially if you're going to run a spool, you can actually get 40 spline axle shafts for a 4 9-inch. The question that I have is, a big bearing 4 9-inch axle, is that ring gear too small? The 4 9-inch is certainly a legend, and has a million heralds that will sing the song of the 4 9-inch and how they're unbreakable, etc. But when you're dealing with high torque situations and large tires that are 40, 42, 46-inch tires, will the 4 9-inch axle hold up to everything that you're going to put it through? To include like dual stick transfer case, using dig to get around obstacles or through obstacles, and then possibly some shock loading for, when you're backing off an obstacle really fast and stuff like that. Is that axle going to hold up? Because 40 spline axle shafts are nice, but if you're going to be busting your ring gear all the time, maybe it's not worth it. But my theory is that if you have the 4 9-inch with the housing of that is like, the bare housing of a 4 9-inch is like, I don't know, 40 pounds, 35 pounds, versus a 14 housing weighing, like, I don't know, 400 or 500 pounds. You could save a lot of weight back there. 4 9-inch built that tough, is it going to break? The ring is fine. See, that's what I thought. I think if you built a 4 9-inch, did a backbone truss on the back, you could do a truss across the top, make the housing of it really strong. You could put, you could do full float conversions on those. They sell full float conversions to run a spindle and a hub. You could do spools, you could do ARBs, and it's got gearing. You could gear it, I think, down to 538, which is probably what I'll do. The only question that I have up in the air is, like, if you upgrade all of that, then your weak point would be the ring gear. So, I mean, if I'm not going to break the ring gear, then maybe that's the answer. Maybe I should go with that route. Because this axle is probably going to weigh 1,500 pounds or more after we put all this stuff on it. If I can build a rear axle that's 600 pounds when it's done, or less, that'd be a pretty good, decent gap in weight differential. But I don't know. That's just a theory for me. I would like to get the Speedway scales. The ones that you've seen them. Comes with like a little iPad thing connected to four scales scattered around the shop underneath all the tires of a vehicle, and it will actually tell you the total weight of the vehicle, but also like how much of that weight is under the front or the rear or the side to side. And I think that would be really helpful when you're building something that you want to perform in specific terrains. I think for, like, if you're going to build an Ultra 4 car, you may or may not want more weight up front. if you're going to build something, you're going to crawl over rocks really slow just for fun, you might want all the way up front because it'll help you to get more traction when you're high-centered. But, I mean, who knows? I don't. I seek guidance. So what else can I take off of this? I think I really like these giant bolts. I'm going to put these in my bolt bin and hold on to them. I might be able to use these for suspension links and stuff. I think that if this live stream is successful, I'll probably plan on doing a live stream maybe once a month and put it under like a 99-cent paywall or something like that, because I don't make any money. I don't make any money from doing this. I'm spending all this money on these builds, and I would anyway if I didn't do YouTube, but it would be nice if I could help buy stickers to give away or something like that. I think that would be really cool if I had that as an option and just do live streams and outtakes or something. Man, if I did outtakes, if I did outtake videos on my channel under a membership or something, I would have years of content. For every 15-minute video I make, there's like 10 hours of bull crap that is like either really funny or just like stuff I found interesting that I can't leave in the video or it would be too long. Cover your ears. Alright, that's not working. What is that? 18. 18. All right. Breaker bar. Okay. Got that. And 10mm back. Yes, sir. What do y'all think of this format for a build channel? Like, you can wait for the video or you can watch me do it right now. I honestly can't wait till January. Like, I like Christmases and holidays and stuff, but I'm super excited about this build. Which is what this axle is for, if you just got here. Yeah. Trash. What else? What else can I get rid of? This. Cut that off. Got leader, brake line. That is a very large caliper to fill. I'm gonna have to get a really big master cylinder. I wonder what the master cylinder looks like on Ford Super Duty. Are those Hydro Boost, do you think? I'm willing to bet that I'm gonna read these comments. I'm gonna read these comments later and earn a wealth of knowledge, because there's a lot of questions that I need answered. I'm not that great at researching. So, yeah, I think I need to flip this over now. way to do that would be roll it toward you guys. And then I can work on this other stuff on. It won't be long from now. I'm gonna make myself a special tool like Felipe Jeep made. I've been putting jack stands on car dollies for a minute now. And I have honestly, embarrassed to say, that I had never thought of to weld them to the car dollies. Mostly because I didn't want to sacrifice either. But since then I have recently purchased extras because they went on sale. Now I can actually afford to do that. 16 right there. Is it? Okay. And I got my socket back, thank you. Okay. Wrecked this, or whoever salvaged this, tied all this stuff together. Maybe that was you, Mike. But I don't need that on there anymore. I need to get rid of this. Stuff. What do y'all call this in your states? This flat rope here. We call it mule tape. Is that the actual name for it, or is that just what we call it in Arizona? That actually can use that to hold this up really quick while I smack on that there. I'll be rolling, quit it. That's busted loose. I'm thinking, like, how can I even put this on a stand? I gotta cut so much junk off of this. If I put this on a stand, I'm not gonna be able to roll it at all. It's gonna have to sit there and be there forever. So I could use my chain hoist, but it's offset a little bit. I could use the. I think I'm just gonna take all this stuff apart. So I want this out of there. This is bent. This is bent. That's bent. None of it's usable, and since we're going full hydro anyway, might as well just take it off. That I need to find out what size nut I need, what size socket is that. Get an impact on there with the wheels on. And I don't want to take the wheels off till I can get my jack stands set up. So I'm going to assume 7/8 or 13/16. 13/16. Which is missing? Darn it. Darn it. Oh, I have a. That's what it is. I just gotta collect the flops here for a second. Do a ratchet. 3/8 ratchet. I can't believe there's still 12 people here. What are you watching me for? I'm just working in the shop. BJEs if you got full hydro and swap the F450 1550 shafts. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, Robert, I'll probably be calling you a few times, either this year or throughout this build, because you seem to know your way around axles and stuff, and fabrication for sure. The man has built entire vehicles out of scrap metal no longer than 2 feet long. And that is impressive. I can reach it. Get it out. Thank you. That should loosen this up. Well, kind of weird design. Out of my way. Okay. That's all. This thing's pretty broken. Now I don't need this falling over. It's kind of unstable now. I should have thought of that. Get some jack stands under that. Okay. Get at least one. Get at least one right here. Let's stick that one under the inner seat. How's that sound? Ouch! I'm gonna make like $1,000 at the scrap metal, man. Scrap metal yard. Whatever. You know what I mean. I need to lose 190 pounds. So I've heard about that. Do you mean retrofit the entire axle? Or can you take an older Ford Dana 60 and put the newer Dana 60 outer parts on it? Because if that's the only reason nobody wants the 99 to 04 Dana 60s, is that it has 30 spline outer shafts instead of 35. Can't you just buy the outer shafts and the hub and the spindle and install it onto a newer one? Dollar for dollar, wouldn't you save money? Because like the part that's charging, everyone's charging $1,000 for this used axle. Mike Mance gave me a deal, but if you look at these on the marketplace, they're like $1,000 or something like that. If you bought a cheaper one for a few $100 because it's not, not the newer style, buy the parts to make it into the newer style, just convert it. I don't see why that wouldn't work unless I'm missing something. All right. That is a weird way to do that. Okay. Oh, what, Mr. Thomas? I'll take this off. Oh wait, we were gonna do the jack stand. I need a babysitter. Wasn't even tight on there. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Now that it's like, I probably should just hang this from my overhead waist crane thing here. I have this strap. I haven't opened yet. I hang this from the ceiling, and then I can build the my special tool, and then I can lower it onto the special axle holder tools that I'm planning to build today. It's 1:33. Technically, I've been live streaming for an hour and a half. Robert, if you were close, Robert, we'd probably be hanging out a lot more. We'd probably be hanging out a lot. I'm gonna go. All three of these same time, and hopefully that'll pick up this axle nice and straight. But it could also be a disaster. I am certified in crane and rigging. I should put this. I wish this had a wider view. You need a wider view. There's my chain hoist. I'm gonna try to hang this from the ceiling. Should be interesting. Let's see what happens. Should be very loud. Come down there. Don't break that. Should move this glass light here. Very well. It would be kind of nice to have an electric light on the ceiling of my shop. One that would slide back and forth, so I could take an engine up, slide it over, set it on the table over there. Maybe one day, not today. Okay, now, if this works, I'll be impressed. All three of those. Hopefully we don't pull the whole shop down. Just kidding. At the rear end of my Jeep Comanche. Okay, now we can take this off. You would think. We don't have a chain hoist or a gantry crane. They're handy. This thing is heavy. This guy must have hit somebody hard to bend all this. Thing weighs about as much as a Ford 9-inch rear housing. Okay. Now I can. I was really hoping to pick this up a little better. do it. That might be the best we can do. Unless... Okay. Let's get sketchy for a second. Let's get sketchy for a second. Let's say we put the yoke on that. I'm trying to turn this axle like right side up. Oh man. Okay. I just want the tires to be up. That's all. I should have left that tie rod on. Somebody in the live stream is laughing at me right now. All right. New plan. It's a lot heavier than a Dan 44. I think what I want to do is ink this up in such a way. Let's sling this. Let's sling this instead. That'll be a lot easier. What I mean by that is that I know what I'm doing, okay? It's just embarrassing live, that's all. Okay. I'm gonna guess that's close to the balancing point. Call it a filter. This was gonna roll this extra down. Just like that. So I can manipulate this that way. There we go. And it'd be better for, the camera view. So I can get this on some wheels. This one. There. Like that. Get this wheel off. You suppose that's what size is the lug nuts on a Ford Super Duty? Anyone? Anybody? Can't be that. I want to say, eighths? No. 13/16. Is it a metric? Come on, you rust bucket. anybody needs some stock Ford F Super Duty-ish wheels, because I don't want them big, ugly 22-inch size wheels of these. Somebody already knows. 18-inch wheels. Who uses 18-inch wheels? Ugly. Get rid of this all the way. I'll sell them or something. I don't have anything against Ford, but their wheels are ugly. Early 2000s wheels are ugly. That's fair to say. I got a coffee can full of nuggets. Adding to those. I'm wondering, I got these nice acorns. Just wondering if these, they seem to be the right size. 9/16 by something. Got a whole set of those. They'll save me probably $200. 24 millimeter. That makes sense. That was a little tight on there. Keep them for rollers. I have a stack of tires. I'll probably stick them out there. I'll probably stick them out there by the stack of tires. Man, you know what I hadn't thought of in this little test that I'm doing for long duration live is what I'm gonna do when I need to use the bathroom. Do I just make everybody wait for me? 14 mil. That's probably what it is. I have a 14 millimeter lug nut somewhere later around. I'll verify it, but you're probably right. You would know. You've dealt with these axles before. So, you take that side off. Let me try my 24. Do I have one? This is. You know what? I do have one. Let's see if you're right. No. Not 24. Did you mean 22? Did I read it wrong? I don't have a 23. 22's loose on there, but I mean, it would take them off. I have laying around here somewhere a little thread gauge. You can thread into this. And there's also somewhere I have the actual thread pitch gauge. You know, looks like a little shims. I can't find it. Whatever. It's fine. So, take that wheel off. But, leaning against that wheel here. So this needs how's that on your ears? It's supported, and then I can take the wheel off. Nope. All right. Well. Sometimes the dumb way is the easy way. Sometimes the dumb way is because you did it the hard way. How is that still on there? Get off my axle! Alright. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I'm going to save all my Ford wheels in case I can't afford like $4,000 to $8,000 worth of tires, because rock crawler tires are expensive, and those will get used to drive this around if I get this thing completed, and all I need is that. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. Okay. Now, what I want to do, actually, it would be cool to pick this up in a way that's sitting flat and all nice and flat and stuff. And I do have hardware, so I wonder if I picked up like right here and then from this mount. Worth a try. Okay, so picking it up from that radius arm mount, and then just gonna like all sketchy like make around this bulk stop pad. If that picks this up like even like. Oh yeah. I don't have a gym membership. And it appears to me over and over again that I don't need one. So, if you go from this hole here, shove a bolt through, put your sling on there, and then fasten securely the other strap to use this bump stop pad as a lifting point, and then position your hook right in the middle somewhere. Apparently, you can pick up a whole day of 60 nice and level. I would wager to say that a little tweaking, you could even get the camber in there. Wouldn't that be funny? one thing I want to do, since this was in a car wreck, is kind of like just look down it if I notice any bending or anything, which is totally possible, but I doubt it. I guess the only true way to know is to got this thing and look down the center like we did on the Amigo, like Caleb and Bob did on the Amigo. Brakes seem to be pretty decent. I could have those spun. Brake pads probably need replaced, but they look like they have plenty of meat on there. Plenty of meat. Definitely gonna do some. I wonder how much a Reed Racing knuckles are for this. My phone is warm because it's been charging, but it's not overheating from doing live stream stuff. Coil bucket holes. Yeah, that could work. It would be a lot safer if I got some lifting links and mounted them to the coil bucket holes. There's really no reason to hang it like this other than it's kind of cool to do on a live stream. And I'm just going to let it hang out there while I make my special tool. Sorry for the noise I'm about to make, everybody. Good luck, everybody. But I've been doing this for a minute. Where I'll take these car dollies and I'll take a jack and I'll set that there. And the car dolly and the jack setup will be good enough to hold up an axle, and you can roll your axle around, and it's really useful. But I don't have to get this can technically slip and or fall off or get bumps and move, and it's not good. So now that I have some jack stands, I'm gonna take my old jack stands and I'm gonna weld them to this plate, and then I have a fourth one. I'm just not sure what happened. Oh, here it is. It's over here. So yeah, I could make 2 sets from that down. I don't think I need it. Here's my new set of, or half my new set of Daytona jacks, and I just use this for like setting vehicles on with axles and stuff. And I'm wondering how big they are, if they're small enough, if they're big enough, I can use those as my new ones instead of welding them. Obviously, if you do any of this kind of stuff, you're going to be voiding warranties and whatnot. So that's not very big. Quite small, actually. I think this is a 6-ton old school jack from whoever, I don't know. This is a 3-ton that you would use on your Honda Civic or something. And it goes up to about right there. Now, depending on how, I don't necessarily like how small these are. It was only like $40 or something with a coupon. Gain like a 1/2 inch by mounting it long ways. I suppose, which is what I want to do anyway. That holds 3 tons. I mean, it's tiny. It's like something you'd use for Kia, or change the oil on your smart car or something. But they do come with these fancy new pins, you know, because everybody complained about, you know, safety hazards and whatnot, so now they have to have these little pins. But I want to put this on the highest setting right now and measure how tall that is, because I want to be able to put an axle on there with a big tire. The new standard for a big tire is like 42 inches. This ought to be like 20 inches off the ground, wouldn't you say? How tall should this be? That's 21 inches. And full-size axle tube is 4.5 inches tall, so plus 2 inches. You'd have to put a 46-inch tire on this, on the axle, with the axle on here, in order for it to touch the ground. So I think that I'm going to use these little ones. I have a full set of these. Weld that right there. This is going to be my new axle tool. My axle dolly. If I have to, if I feel like I need more of a top to it, like this one has, then I can add some stuff to the top of this. For sure. I'm kind of digging that. I use these ones a lot for other stuff, so I don't want to sacrifice this one. For sure. Actually, I have this set, which is a little bit bigger. This is Duralast from like a parts store or something, and it's bent. I don't know what I did to it. If I'm going to weld anything, now that I think about it, I'm going to weld anything that should be this way. I could straighten that back out and weld it. And if all I'm ever going to do is put 1,000 pounds on it, I feel a lot better about doing that. Let me see if I can straighten this out real quick. All right, watch your ears. Oh, did you want to see that? We could do that. You get the full shop experience, man. Let's see what kind of a hack I am. Okay. And it's back without cracking anything. That would be cool. Use some of that. A little better. This has probably just cracked all the welds, but we'll monitor that. Straighten out this side. I mean, it straightened it back out. I think as long as I welding the bottoms to the thing, that should be fine. Sorry for the shaky camera, but I want to take you with me to why I'm able to do a live stream in my shop now. I have a huge TP-Link receiver. Receiver? No, router. And that is hooked up to, sorry, let the aperture work, that antenna on the outside of my shop. And that is sending magical Wi-Fi signal all the way to my house, which has another antenna on it, and is feeding off of my primary router, which gives me Wi-Fi in the house. I'm out here to show you. Got my Arctroid out here. I used that to build the Amigo. That was really fun. But look at this mess. I got like all kinds of crap everywhere. Like, look at this. This scrap metal pile, this pile of junk here, spare axles and tubes and parts and just scrap metal, has been sitting there for 2 years because I like to finish a project and jump right into a new one. You really need to take like a good month and just clean all the stuff, because like it really makes me look like a huge pigsty. And I can't film out here. I mean, I could live stream out here, but you know, if you do a video, long form video, everybody wants like cinema quality, see a perfect shop and stuff. Not you guys, of course, but just like in general, the thousands of people that I wish would watch my video want to see a shop that's like perfect. I don't deal with perfect. We deal with 100% not perfect. Okay. That's it. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these micro machine jacks now. I really thought that, I don't know what I was thinking, but it seems like they should be bigger than that. Do a little bit of light sanding. On the feet, and then a little bit of sanding on the dollies, and then we can weld them all together. You still have gas in that cylinder, I think. So, much work to do. If you ever see the deal at Harbor Freight to go buy a battery, get a free tool, and you have the money, I would go every day and buy a battery every day and just load up on all their tools. I've been using these for like all summer, actually. So all this year I've been using this stuff, and not one has had an issue. Okay, watch your ears. Okay. I just need to mark. Do that twice, and I just need to mark on here. Can you see? Mark on here where your weld is. Right in the middle. Also, I want to grind down some of that diamond plate stuff too. Totally worked out perfectly. Okay. Just need 2 of them. How many people are sticking around for this? 20 people are watching me grind some metal? Are you guys nuts? Thank you. Perfect shop is staged. A cluttered shop is working in a shop. Is a working shop. I agree. It just gives me anxiety. That's all. That's all. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. Just wish it was pretty, that's all. Hold still. Almost done. Alright, nice clean spot to weld both of these. Don't really have a good spot to ground it. Maybe I should get a ground spot here. Get a ground spot there. How's the volume on the live? Why weld them to the dolly? Just use a couple pieces of scrap flat and weld the straps to this. No, that is an excellent idea. These jack stands are junk. And I got 6 dollies, and so I want to make one that's dedicated. And that'll prevent me from using this bent up jack stand under anything important where I need to be under the vehicle. Um, but if I didn't have like junk ones, that's actually a really good idea that I hadn't thought of. So I thank you for that. If I do make another one of these, I'll make it fit my medium-sized jack stands, and I'll do that. So thank you. Yeah, no, I'll definitely do that. That's a great idea. Great idea. All right, moving you back over here. Also, do that. Oh, close-ups, my favorite. Okay. Now we're having fun. I have some flat strap too. I want to get into it. Like, I need one of these for now, right now, anyway. Dang it, man! I should have started streaming a long ago. That's a really good idea. Like honestly, sometimes it's like staring you right in the face, the answer, and you do all the hard ways first. And then somebody like Robert or Michael has an idea, and you're just like, oh, duh. Gas on. Well, they're on. I don't think we need 200. Oh, 150 amps. That'll be good. Grab my food. We still have gas, which is good. Cut that off. That burned me. That was dumb. Well, now put this down with you.